my first reaction is to be like, the hell is this? That's not the guy I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted to like just get a minute to like talk with you.
Yeah.
And like see, you know, like totally where you're at and everything. Because where I come from, like when we see someone who's like totally like open and has like the views you do, I always look for the angle. Like, what's this dude's angle? You know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. I totally understand.
Like
it's a natural reaction in this culture.
But I want to tell you something else, which is really cool. Something you said yesterday and it kind of resonated with me. It's like when I'm not feeling well mentally, I just take myself out of the situation.
You have to.
And that's kind of what I did this
morning. And that's what you did. I thought it was beautiful.
I was just like...
yesterday, too.
I was just like, you know what? Well, yesterday I really had to pee.
Okay.
Really,
but you were like, you know, I mean,
yeah,
like you were having a hard time and you're like, well, I'm out of here.
But I'm like, like this morning I was just like, you know, just things aren't working out for me really well this morning. So I'm just going to like stay in bed. And then once I'm up, I'm just going to go and sit in the hammock and kind of just remove myself till I feel better. Till I'm ready to talk and stuff. So, you know, I sat there and I thought a lot this morning and what have you. And I'm still not like the optimal me, but I'm in a better place.
Good.
You know? So like, what do you want out of this, man? Like
I want to be an example of a different way of living, because most people in this world live like you do. There's no hope. What's the angle? You know, where's the 10%? Where's the money? Where, you know, like, give me some land, right?
Yeah.
We've been taught that we are meant to destroy ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I was going to tell a story later, but I'll tell you the story right now. You're going to have to hear it later, sorry.
That's fine.
There's two stories. One's called his story, and one's called her story, all right?
Mm-hmm.
8,000 years ago or so, people all over the world were living tribally. Mm-hmm. You know, there were agriculturalists all over. I mean, corn, beans, and squash came from the Americas. The Iroquois were doing it, you know. As potatoes came from Lima. There was all sorts of agriculture all over.
Hold on a sec. Hey, give us a minute. Give us a minute. Oh, okay.
There was all sorts of agriculturalists.
Yeah.
But one agriculturalist tribe in Mesopotamia decided that if they lock up the food, they can force people to work, and then they just give them the food.
Yeah.
And they created a hierarchical system, which says humans are the top, and then there's cows because they're good for us, and then there's dogs because they're good for us, and then there's deer because we can eat them, and then there's, you know, pigs, and then there's grasshoppers because we can eat them too. And anything that's not in that, they're like nothing. And then we got good plants like wheat, you know, tomatoes. Right? We got, it's from America's, but just saying.
Sure.
We have good things and bad things, a hierarchical. And what's good for this tribe, we keep, and we do. And whatever isn't, we kill. All right? And it's one step from there to say, well, we have this great culture. And our neighbors who we've lived next to for 100,000 years are wasting their land over there. I mean, look how good we're doing. We got all this cultivation, we got all these pyramids we're building, and even though everyone's miserable and working 10, 12 hours a day, even the pharaohs are scared of losing it and vying for power with each other. It's the best way of living. So, we're going to go kill them people next and take their land and make them slaves to us because they're just wasting it anyway. They're wasting their lives. Shit, they're hanging out with their kids, they're doing rites of passage, they're working on their emotional stuff, wasting their time, man. They could be making stuff, you know? And that culture destroyed the next ones, and then destroyed the next ones. And they broke the ancient law, which is, our land is for us. Each tribe is sacred. When we got to the Americas, there were 600 tribes in this continent, because each tribe knew, this land is sacred. Our history shows it from our view of, this culture lands on the East Coast and pushes the tribes into the next tribes. So what we see is tribes fighting against tribes, because you got a choice. Those guys got cannons, sabers, and guns. Those guys got bows and arrows. Now, we've always been friends with those guys, but I mean, I'm sorry, you know, it's you or me. And this culture has taught us that it's natural for us to suffer. It's natural for us to work our lives away, to be miserable, to be unhappy. Everyone's miserable. Everywhere you look. Thailand, they're exhausted and miserable over there, fighting for $1. Everywhere you go, everyone's trying to barely get by because we've been trained to. Where they're allowed to, even today, cooperative peoples average 2 hours of work a day. Go look at the smiles on their faces. Any of them. The Aborigines, the Kalahari Bushmen, the Snagoi, all of them joy-filled. The psychological problems, the grief, the distance that you feel, the distrust, it's not there because they depend on each other. Not because they're better than us. They still have jealousy, they still got drama, but they've got tools to help with that. Like going to a quiet space, like having a song and a ceremony to get past it, like having ritual to move somebody from the adolescent stage to the adult stage. In this culture, you are rewarded for being adolescent. The more you're willing to hit somebody with a stick and take their stuff, take their energy, take their wife, whatever you got, the more reward you get. You want to make money? Screw other people in the environment. You want to be poor? Be kind. Culture, not nature. You see, so I'm here to talk about that. I want to open a discussion of using the ancient tools. We have all these guides of things we can do. We don't need to give up technology. You give an Indian a gun or a pot or a pan, hell yeah, man, that's awesome. But the pot and pan isn't as important as the connection that it implies amongst people. Most tribes didn't have a possessions like we do, right?
Right.
It was taboo to keep something too long. You got an arrow, it's just, after a while I just trade it to you because it's just, it's just bad juju to have something too long. This culture, not like that. We all want the same thing, birth to death security. You want to know if you break your leg, you can be able to pay your hospital bills. You're going to be able to pay your rent while you're sick. You can be able to buy food while you're sick. Very few of us have that security. Funny enough, indigenous peoples have it to the max. Not because they're better, but because if they get hurt, it's directly to my benefit to take care of you for 3 months, and then you're out there hunting and working with me again. I got to raise a kid up from 1 till 14 before they can do that.
Yeah.
Energy investment, it makes sense to invest in people. And I'm trying to have people invest in people here.
I don't know how much you know of this place, of us as people. To me, it's sad because it seems everything is either a joke or a fight. There's no in between.
Yes.
It's a joke or a fight. And there's so many people who have an idea of tomorrow, if you know what I'm talking about.
I do, exactly.
And it's, to me, I'm not thinking like that. I don't care about that. When my time is over, I'm going to go home, I'm going to get a job, and I'm going to enjoy my pugs and my fiance. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure what a pug is.
A pug?
Yeah.
It's a little dog.
Okay.
But to get all these people on the same page, I mean, if you look at it, it's no different from the outside world. They're just in there to make money, to get this, to get that.
They're vying with each other to be the best. It's natural. It's what they're trained to do.
I don't understand it. I don't want that here. Like, I don't want that competition here. I don't want that capitalism here. I don't want any of that. It's not why I came. If I wanted that, I would have stayed outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I totally understand.
I mean, is that where you're at, or what do you think about that?
What you're seeing is exactly the way that I see it as well, but I want to offer you another way of looking at it.
Okay.
These people come and they're acting out their training.
Yeah.
We can consider it impossible, or we can consider it a very exciting challenge, all right? One that we're likely to fail at, all right? But one that we could win at. Even if it's a 10% chance that we could do it, that is a remarkable opportunity.
So what do you want to do with that?
I want to try for the 10%. I'm here to give them the best. I'm in the same boat as you. I have a fiance. She loves me to death. My farm is paid for. I got horses. I love my life.
Yeah.
But I'm here because I'm tired of seeing people competing. Scared to be touched, to be honest.
Yeah.
You just came to me with this thing. I'm so touched with your open-hearted honesty because I could be like, well, you're a fucking candy ass. Or you know what I mean? That's what you get from my brother. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know? He's going to be watching this saying, what? You don't want to work 12 hours a day? You're a freaking slacker, right? Yeah. But I did that for many years. It didn't make me happy. I like the quote from Lily Tomlin. It says, even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat.
Yeah.
I don't want to win the rat race. I don't want to play in the rat race. I want to live a different way.
I just want to be happy.
Yeah, but you can't be happy by yourself.
That's true.
It's not an option. We are communal creatures. We need to trust, to interact. You know what I love? having tea in the morning and having a conversation about anything that's interesting. 2 weeks ago, we had a conversation about the word thank you and the uses in our culture, right? Because it's a manipulative word.
It is.
It's a manipulative word, and it's often not meant. Or what is a gift, really? Because if your parents buy you a car, if you graduate from college, that's not a gift.
No.
But we don't have a word for a bribe in that manner, because your parents didn't bribe you. These are interesting topics. I love to digest and challenge. What's human nature, and what does our culture say is human nature, right? If we can drop some of these old beliefs, because there's only a few that are really killing us. And the number one, humanity is fundamentally flawed and can't be saved. We're destined to destroy ourselves. If you believe that, there's nothing.
Yeah.
You've got no chance.
If you believe in change, then...
If you believe that we are not fundamentally flawed, we're fundamentally malleable. If you train a pit bull by pulling on his balls and hitting him with a stick, he'll be a fighter. If you train a pit bull to be sweet and give him treats and pet him every day, he'll lay down and show you his belly every time. Right? That's what I'm here to work towards. I'm aware these people are competing with each other. Already,
there's a lot of immaturity here.
Yeah,
a lot.
Here's the trick, and it's the hardest thing of all.
Yeah.
If you don't like something about yourself, about somebody else, you can't move past it if you don't accept it. It's such a fucking bitch. It's a conundrum, right?
It is.
Like, you gotta accept exactly where you're at, and it's okay, and then you can move past it.
Yeah.
It's like the worst joke you could play on a sentient being, all right? But there's no way getting around it. So guess what? If you see them in their hurt, because I see them in their hurt, and you don't accept them, you're holding them in their patterns, right? Yes, I see you're hurt. Yes, I see that you have some things to work on, and I can accept that for now. You know? And you know what? If you can accept it in them, you can accept it in yourself. Because you could be like, fuck, I yelled in front of the group, blah, blah, blah. I beat myself up for sure. I broke 2 shingles just now. You know what I mean? I'm like, carefully pulling them up. Oh, fuck, I broke one. Oh, wait. Hey, everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm accepting. Yes, I broke 2 shingles in this huge pile, but I'm going to pay more attention, and I'm not going to break anymore. I accepted where I'm at. I could beat myself up all day for it. Oh, and then, damn, Josh is going to see I broke a couple shingles. Oh, you know. Accept and move forward. You can't move forward by judging, by being angry, by being hurt. It's the viciousest and hardest to teach thing in our culture. But there's no, it's the method to getting to another place. Accept and move forward.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, me too, man. And please, every day I go to a whole car. I mean, I woke up this morning, I'm missing my girl, something fierce. I went down and sat on a log, but there's 3 people around. So I'm not like alone, you know what I mean? Oh, you know, like breathe. This is my world. I'm lucky to be here. You know, this is hard, yes, but what an opportunity, right? And you think it's you? You think it's us? Everyone in America is feeling the value system shift. I'm talking to the people, you know, on the hotel. They're like, this just isn't working anymore. I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied. We need another way of living. I don't trust the stock market. I don't trust, you know, the supermarket food to be safe. Something is moving. It's shifting in people. We could be a guide, another way of interacting. I'm not joking. This is like an epic opportunity. And man, it's work. All right. You think Everest is hard? You know? You think going through basic training is hard? This is going to be worse. This is going to be so hard. Keep your center. People are going to be like this. And you're going to be like, I accept. You know, I understand. I was in the exact same place. As a matter of fact, I'm still in the exact same place. But I'm not going to fight you on this. It's hard. You know, and you know what? If I get like this, it's because I do. People start poking me. I can handle 3 things at once. I can like cook dinner. I can like chop some onions, and I can talk to somebody. But if somebody else asks me to do that 4th thing, I'm like, yeah. I'll I mean, I'm not perfect. But you know what that means? I'm out of my center. I'm doing too many things at once. You can't rush and be in your center. 1 thing I can enjoy. 2 things I can do. 3 things is too much. I'm rushing. I'm distracted. I'm not enjoying the moment. That 4th thing, I lose my center and I snap. And you know what? That distances me from people. Now, if my goal is to cook dinner and get stuff done, who cares? But if my goal is to bring myself closer to people so they trust me and can open their heart to me like you just did, and like I'm doing for you, I'm making myself so vulnerable here, right? Then who cares if the breakfast doesn't get made? Who cares if I don't chop the onions? one thing at a time, keep my focus.
Yeah.
Supporting people so that they can support me. I invest in you, you invest in me. And you know what? Sometimes I lose. Sometimes I invest and a person gets voted off. Sometimes I invest and they leave. Doesn't matter. This is such a window, right? We have very minimal bills. We don't have land payments, and we share the bills with 15 people. Right?
Yeah.
We really have an opportunity to put our energy into shifting culturally and value systems.
And I hope we can do that.
We can't do that if we're busy building houses, busy getting stuff done. You think LA's working their bills all over? Everyone's out there happy? No.
Of course not.
We don't need to build more things. Shower, sure, but what do we need a workspace for? What do we need more buildings for? We have big buildings already. Let's get our system of working together and then move forward.
Yeah.
It's powerful to be like, hell yeah, I just made this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's ego, it's power. And right now, I'm going to support that because if I don't accept where it's at, we can't move forward.
Yeah.
When this is done, I'll help them with it. I'm going to push for a slower way of interacting, but I'm going to use the ego to do that. You're such an amazing carpenter. You have such skills. And I'd love to use some of your brawn to help us get some plants going because they could be growing while you're doing that. Because right now you're doing that and nothing is going to grow here. I mean, they dug this far down. There's no room for the roots. There's no, I mean, yeah, anyway, I don't need to critique the garden.
Yeah.
Garden critique.
Yeah.
But we need energy and things that can be growing while we're doing other things.
We've been fighting with this since day one.
Yeah. I'm not bitching. I'm not in charge of anything here. You know, but people are important. I want to work with people, enjoying singing together, interacting, being honest. I'd love to get a back rub exchange with you or with somebody. It's hard sleeping on the ground, dude. You know what I mean? I ain't got no agenda. I love women. I have no interest in getting any kind of masculine energy. But I would like to have my back, which is very sore, and my shoulder from that tetanus shot, get a little attention from a safe interaction. Now, I have no issue with some of the people here, but I don't want them to touch me yet. Does that make sense?
Sure.
You've been really honest with me. I've been really honest with you. We have a higher level of trust. I don't have that with a lot of the people here. So I'm not going to be like, would you want to give me a back rub? You're going to think, I'm hacking on you. I am not hacking on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It's just, there's all these things going on. It's just going to take time. But I'm asking you, please stay. Okay? Please give it your best shot. You just got to trust. There's you. There's me. There's Nikki. There's people here that are willing to do the work. They're saying, I am dissatisfied with this culture and I am willing to do things.
Yeah.
I love Mike. Coming from being a lawyer, we had a wonderful talk this morning. He has grown and changed so much from what he told me he was like earlier in the month. I have so much hope for a core group of people. And if we can pull it together with a half dozen of us, the others will see. They'll see our joy. They'll see our interaction. They'll want to join. Yeah. As long as we don't alienate them saying, oh, we're having a good time singing in the garden and you stupid fuckers are over there. You know what I mean? We can't be doing that. Yeah. We have to say, please, we would love to share our life with you. Please. There's no reason to suffer. There's no reason to work 12 hours a day in the blazing sun.
Yeah. It was horrible.
I know. That's what we're taught. You think my brother's not watching this?
Yeah.
JD, Cal's 12 hours a day. He's a freaking slacker.
Yeah.
You think my dad's not saying that? There's a reason they don't invite him to my farm.
When I got here, like I felt like I had to work just to prove my self-worth.
That's what I'm saying. And honestly, I'm in the same position for a few days. And I will play that role for a few days because I do want to be here, right? Yeah. And I have to show them a value in their culture, something they value, so that they will invite me to stay. If they invite me to stay, I love to work. Yeah. 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, sometimes 6 or 7. Sometimes I'm feeling good. Sometimes I just want to lay in my room and think about life or, snuggle with a girl or I don't know. And you know what? I don't want to be judged by you. You're going to be thinking, JD busted his hump for the last 3 days. If you want to sit in his hammock, you peace out, brother. Because, when he comes back, he's going to be happy. He's going to be easy to get along with. Yeah. I don't want him next to me being like, damn garden, dude, how could it?
And that's so funny because that's the way it gets. Like the level of just builds and
Builds
builds
and
and
builds.
builds.
There's
and
no
builds.
joy.
And there's like, you're waiting for just the breaking point, and the breaking point becomes a fight.
Yes.
Yeah, when someone could have just stepped away. And,
Just step away.
And that's all I had to do this morning was just step
You
away.
use tools to make yourself feel emotionally stable.
Yeah.
This is something you can offer them. Don't you see, if an angry person like yourself can demonstrate change like that in a month, you give these people permission to do it too,
Yeah.
right? If I can keep joy-filled even when somebody's poking their fingers at me, I give them permission to be joy-filled as well. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
But a month has already shown dramatic change in almost everybody here from what I've heard.
Yeah.
That is not that long, man.
It's not. It's crazy.
So have hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good talk.
All right, man. Great. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
I was feeling a little disheartened myself, so I'm glad that
Yeah.
you came to me very much.
Good. Good. I'm glad we had this talk. I really am.
Good. Me too.
And I had to get past myself to get to this
It's
talk.
always that way, man.
It's tough.
And I'm going to give that speech later, so.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll just remain quiet.
Oh, thanks.
I kick ass.
You should be.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Cool, man.
I appreciate you coming today, man. I always